What's cracking? Today, we're jumping straight into this. So this is what, day fucking 54, 53, 53. You need to create the urgency. There's a lot of people who like to do things on their terms, making it slow, not creating it, moving with this weak fucking energy. Telling you it's just not that. One of the things you can do, besides getting up, doing the workout in the morning and creating the things that create that proper timeline that's going to get you going. So for me, one of the things that I did last year, is like, I'm gonna get the six pack by the end of the year. Yes, I didn't get the end of that goal. If I wouldn't have done that 10-day fast, I would have absolutely been there. The thing was, is I created a new plan that was going to get me to where I wanted to be versus doing exactly what needed to happen and so forth. So that was it. Also, what happens when you create that urgency is you're going to get more obstacles in your way. So I had a guy come in my way, start talking shit on me. Oh, he's not going to do it, talking the opposition on that. So in my head, I created it to understand that whatever this motherfucker's saying, he's saying it for a fucking reason. And I'm going to continually come at him in my head and prove him wrong. So you can use, the doubt, the proving people wrong in a good sense. It's just going to take a little bit of work for you. And that's one of the things that you have to do for yourself is create that urgency, create that deadline, and then commit to it that every single day you're going to fucking show up and you're going to do this or that to get to that fucking goal. That's the fact is a lot of us don't fucking do that. We don't create the urgency. We don't say, hey, I'm going to do 100 pull-ups before I leave the gym. I'm going to do 100 push-ups before I leave the gym, 100 burpees before the end of the day. I'm going to fucking not get up until I close 5 sales calls. A lot of people don't do those things. And if you don't do it, you get stuck in that complacent thing. It's why, when I used to get super high and check out of life and being in the sales roles, I wasn't getting anywhere because I wasn't creating the urgency. But when I was able to tailor it back a little bit, use it specifically for a specific purpose, tailor it to, hey, this is what I need to do. If I don't close a deal, I'm going to be doing 20 push-ups. You're going to fucking get it pretty soon that you don't want to do 20 push-ups every hour, on the hour, after the 100 calls you make a day. You're just doing way too much fucking push-ups. So you're going to figure out how to close more deals. You're going to figure out what you need to do. If it goes into your relationship, man, I keep being a fucking asshole and my wife's getting mad at me. Well, think about it. Why the fuck is my wife getting mad at me? Maybe you should do this, that, the other to make it not fucking happen. It's the things that you don't want to do that's going to make you more powerful. When it comes to the urgency, a lot of motherfuckers aren't doing it. A lot of people don't want to create that urgency. They don't want to create that timeline. They don't want to stress themselves out because they want to take it on their conditional level. You're not going to get good on that level. So that's something I do in the gym, especially now training legs to where I'm starting to see more definition come in. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm going to change this stack. We're going to do a superset here. Boom, boom, boom. Hit this hard. Go to the next thing. That's the thing you need to do is you need to figure out for yourself what it's going to be, how you can do it, how you can break it, especially when it comes to the urgency. A lot of people aren't moving that way. You realize that if you really watch people, you're going to see a lot of them say one thing and then slowly do another. They're not going to fucking be after it. If they are that dude, that's the person you need to be around. A lot of people aren't that way. They ain't going to do those things because it's just not ingrained in them. That's not what they want in life. It's not what they want. So they're not going to align those actions to it. Again, I used to be one of those folks, so I know exactly what it is. So now I start laughing because I'm like, the way we're moving is fast, right? Saturday, I'm literally going 2.5 hours up one way to go get a fucking workout in. I'm going to be there for 2-3 hours and then come back home and it's a 4-hour drive because of traffic. It's not something that I want to do, but I'm going to get better by doing that. It's a better experience by going. Doing the drive the way back is something that could cripple me. And I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to do this. The fact is I can either hold myself back and say I don't want to do it, or I just commit to the goal and fucking do it. For you, you got to figure that out. It's the urgency part. It's why when people, who don't have kids start saying this, that, the other, and I'm like, bro, it's fucking hysterical to me. The reason why is because I understand all the time that I have timelines. I have to push myself. I have to do things in a certain manner. I have to act in a certain manner. I have to hurry up and speed things up in a certain manner or else shit doesn't get done. You're going to lose sleep. You're going to lose whatever. So you have to cater that down to your specific goal. So when I talk to those folks, I know exactly what to say because I'm like, man, I've been there, done that. I understand what it means to just keep loading and loading and loading up your plate. What's up, sweet cheek? Fuck you, Clinton. My dude Clinton, one of the baddest motherfuckers out there. One of the things that he does is creates that urgency within him sense of saying, hey, this is what needs to get done. This is what we need to do. The timeline of how things are going to be approached, how we're going to attack these from just a tactician standpoint. And that's one of the facts is as well, you know, is you got to go in there strategic, understand exactly what it is of how we're going to hit these missions, how we're going to do these things. When I was in the Marine Corps, it was the same fucking thing, right? I would have my operations briefs. They'd give me a fucking hour. I would have to read about some fucking task force lion or some dumb shit that's going to Iraq and Syria. And we're doing this up because a lot of the shit that was happening over there was friendly fire. But that was my job, was to go in there and teach a fucking mission about what it was going to be, what was going to be carried out, and how we're going to keep our people fucking safe when they're flying this bird overhead. If you don't know what a bird is, look up ospreys. And it was funny because I had 50 minutes a lot of the time to come up with the fucking brief and then go in front of these motherfuckers who one of the captains fucking checked my ass while I was briefing, started laughing on me. And I had to check this motherfucker and say, sir, there's something funny. And we had to have a conversation on that because I felt disrespected in the moment. And I'm just not going to fuck with that shit. That's what you have to do is understand for yourself how to carry out that mission. So for me, it took for that captain to fucking laugh at me in the face. It took for a colonel to be in the room where this motherfucker's 55 and shredded to the T, looking like a goddamn bodybuilder, for me to understand that, hey, I need to level up my game because being around this dude's intimidating because I'm not where I need to be. Again, you create the urgency, you create this scenario, you create the opportunity for yourself to get to fucking work. That's what you need to do is understand that, hey, right now, this is the deadline. This is the timeline. These are the steps I can take to be able to get there. Now, what do I got to do to make that shit happen?